So before we learn how to crochet, I want to get you set up so that you don't have to worry about making mistakes. And we're going to do that by tying a knot in this pre-started piece that came with your kit. So get the pre-started piece that came with your kit. It might be hiding in the inside of your yarn ball. And you want to also get your hook because you're going to use this as a size reference. So this piece that came with your kit is called a magic loop with 6 single crochet stitches in it. And the magic loop is one of the trickier techniques in crochet, which is why your kit comes pre-started with it for you. And it's also why we want to tie a knot in this to make it impossible for you to accidentally undo it. And you will learn how to do this technique later on in the kit, but since this is your first time crocheting, we want to make your experience as easy as possible. So to make the knot, we're going to pull on the yarn connected to the yarn ball, and that's going to make this big loop smaller. And the question is, how small do you want it to be? You want this loop to be about the same diameter as the tip of your crochet hook. So you definitely want your hook to be pretty much against your piece, but not so tight against it that it's difficult for you to bring the tip through that loop. Because in crochet, you're going to be bringing your hook through loops like this a lot. So this looks about right, looks like a good size. And if you haven't already positioned it this way, put the loop on the upper right hand side and the stitch marker, this plastic thing, on the upper left hand side. So now we're going to create essentially a bow. So if you think of this loop as the right side of a bow, we're going to use the yarn connected to the yarn ball to create the left side of that bow. And we're going to do that by grabbing from under that yarn and then just bending it over so that it's behind the right loop. And notice that my loop here is fairly large, and that's because it's going to make it easier for me to do this next step, which is to bend this right loop back on top of that left loop and then through it. And I'm just going to hold on to the right loop now and then pull again on the yarn connected to the yarn ball to make a knot. So now I should still have a little nice loop. That was the original right loop. And if I pull on the yarn connected to the yarn ball, the size of that loop should not change. So this means now, in the event that you make a mistake as you're learning how to crochet, you can always just pull on the yarn connected to your yarn ball to undo the stitches, and you'll know that the yarn will always stop at this point. So you'll never accidentally take out the starting piece. And in case you didn't do that right, by the way, you can always go to thewoobles.com/oops to learn how to fix a variety of mistakes, including how to recreate this magic loop. All right. And that's all. Get ready to crochet.